Carl Jung's final vision, a glimpse beyond death. In the early months of 1944, I, Carl Gustav Jung, found myself teetering on the precipice of life and death. A misstep on ice led to a broken foot, and soon after, a heart attack ensued. As I lay in a Swiss hospital unconscious and receiving oxygen and camphor injections, I experienced visions that transcended the boundaries of ordinary perception. These were not mere hallucinations, but profound encounters that offered a glimpse into the eternal. I found myself high above the earth, approximately 1,000 miles in space. Below me, the globe was bathed in a gloriously blue light. I could see the deep blue sea, the continents, and specific regions like Ceylon and the subcontinent of India. The Earth's outlines shone with a silvery gleam, and in some places it appeared colored or spotted dark green, reminiscent of oxidized silver. The sight was the most glorious I had ever seen. As I turned my gaze, I noticed a tremendous dark block of stone floating in space, akin to a meteorite. It resembled the tawny granite blocks I had seen on the coast of the Gulf of Bengal, some of which had been hollowed out into temples. This particular stone had an entrance leading into a small antechamber. To the right of the entrance, a black Hindu sat silently in lotus posture upon a stone bench, wearing a white gown. I knew he expected me. Approaching the steps leading up to the entrance, I felt as though everything I aimed at, wished for, or thought, the entire phantasmagoria of earthly existence, was being stripped away. It was an extremely painful process, yet something remained. It was as if I now carried with me everything I had ever experienced or done. I consisted of all that. I was my own history. This realization brought a feeling of extreme poverty, but also gratefulness. There was nothing I wanted or desired. I existed in an objective form, being what I had been and lived. As I neared the temple, I had the certainty that I was about to enter an illuminated room and would meet there all those people to whom I truly belonged. I would finally understand what historical nexus I or my life fitted into, what had been before me, why I had come into being, and where my life was flowing. My life had often seemed like a story without a beginning or end, a fragment of a larger narrative. Here, I felt I would finally grasp the full context. However, just as I was about to enter, a messenger appeared, summoning me back to the world. I was told there was a protest against my going away, and that I had no right to leave the earth. The vision ceased, and I was profoundly disappointed. It felt as though the painful process of shedding my earthly attachments had been in vain, and I was not to be allowed to join the people in whose company I belonged. Upon returning to consciousness, I experienced a deep sense of loss and disorientation. The world seemed like a prison, and I was reluctant to re-engage with life. Yet this near-death experience left an indelible mark on me. It affirmed the reality of the soul and the existence of a realm beyond our physical world. It underscored the importance of understanding one's own destiny and the interconnectedness of all life. This glimpse beyond death was not just a personal revelation, but a profound insight into the nature of existence. It reinforced my belief in the collective unconscious and the archetypes that shape our experiences. It reminded me that death is not an end, but a transition, a return to a greater whole. And it emphasized that our earthly lives, with all their struggles and joys, are integral parts of a much larger eternal journey.